Hey Leo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for October 13th, 2025. This is for Leo. Last shuffle is coming out for Leo. Leo, I'm going to tell you something. Through all the grief and sorrow that you have gone through, I kid you not, you have become a force to be reckoned with this energy. This tells me that the grief and the sorrow that you may have experienced was meant to provoke you to realize that you're the greatest thing that ever happened to you, not someone else, not your job, not your possession, you. Because without even if they were not there, the thing is that your potential is so big. You could have whatever it is. If you had that great love and that great love caused you grief and sorrow and pain, that means that what you are in alignment with great love. So that was to provoke you to find something, to build your confidence, to realize that um, your life's journey is a masterpiece. You're an artist. You're an icon, right, in the spiritual realm. I know how that sounds, but it's really what they're saying. They want you to forgive, stop focusing on past events, focus on the future because your time is too precious to waste. They're saying your time is way too precious to waste. You got Archangel Michael behind you. Archangel Michael is deep because he is one that amplifies whatever it is that you're doing. You are meant to be provoked to tap into something more. If you, according to that too, with that being said, that would tell me that um, you could, it's like because I'm seeing the color cyan is a blue, of course, a highlighter version of aqua, but it's a blue. And blue represents your throat chakra. So a lot of you are needing to realize that things happened on divine timing. In order for you to be where you were meant to be, you had to be broken or provoked to get out, away from something so that you could be where you need to be at the perfect time. You want to say, I am worthy of the very best in life, and I now lovingly allow myself to accept it. We're not going to harp on what happened. We're going to be focused on what's happening, because they're saying that whoever did whatever it was to you, they're going to face justice. They're facing karmic justice as we speak through no fault of your own. It's all due to their own actions. Okay. I feel that this person may come back around wanting your forgiveness. According to this looks like someone's coming in. They may want to have a conversation with you. They may invite you out, according to this too. But they, I also feel, are going to want to reconcile, and they're going to want to keep you in their life, right? And they they're understanding something about what they've done in your life with you, whether they caused pain or sorrow or you caused it, something about being in your life. But I feel I'm seeing it more being that they may have caused it to you more than anything else. But them doing that to you woke them up completely. They remember everything you said because Archangel Michael is like the power, right? But the throat chakra energy is with this. So this talks about the things that you have spoken. You spoke your truth. You may have expressed how you really felt about things. You spoke things into existence. You're manifesting things. And Page of Pentacles is one who's starting to see that, oh my gosh, this word, saying these words actually brought what I wanted, right? Like a closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? You're sitting there watching people make sandwiches. You don't say, "Oh, I'm hungry. How much is it for a sandwich?" Or "Can I have one?" You just sit there and watch. They're not gonna. Hey, well, if you're hungry, you were gonna ask for it, obviously, but they're not hungry because they're not asking for it. You have to open up. You have to say, and it seems like have you're getting, because the deserving is basically like, I'd like to see or get validation that what I'm saying is actually making is bringing something to fruition, or bringing something into reality that I want for myself, right? I spent a lot of time on something, and I've been dedicated to it, and I'd like to get validation that I'm on the right track. That's what I'm deserving of, right? I see that because that's what you want, or because if you are in that space, you're going to get validation that's going to build your confidence in your path, that you didn't go through things in vain. You weren't provoked or put or hurt for no reason. It was meant to wake something up, whether it was waking you up or waking the people around you up. Sometimes these lessons hurt. And that's just what Spirit's like. They're like, sometimes it stings, but the wasp had to get you to move. Okay, because you would have stayed basking in that space for a while, and you have to hurry up and be over there. Um, that's what this is showing. I don't like it, but because I personally, I feel that Spirit transmutes the things that happens to us. If there's a person that they just can't help it, they've got to be toxic and do all manner of things that are just offensive to the soul. Spirit transmutes whatever they've done into something useful for you. It's not useful to be a toxic pile of something. You know what I mean? But Spirit, when they love you, they use certain things. They use everyone's a vessel, whether you're, you have horns or not. We're all vessels. And of course, our Creator, is like, well, since you want to be that way, I give you up to being that. But now I'm going to use you in different ways. You're going to be someone who's going to wake everybody up then. You're going to do this so that Leo can get up. Leo can wake up. Leo can exercise their forgiveness muscle, because you're meant to go through things. As a fire sign, I can attest to this. There's some things I can't, it's hard for me to let go of. Like, if I let you in my inner circle and you hurt me, I may ruminate about that for a while. But most small things, to me, most small things, right? Anybody else, I'm just like, okay, I'm over it after I said my piece. Like, if I say right at that moment, I'm like, that's jacked up that you said that, but and I say what I got to say, and then I move on. I'm done. I don't care anymore. I'm not mad at you. Can we finish eating our sandwiches now? I don't, that's my energy usually. And so I see that you're meant to be this way on all fronts. Not that you're a pushover at all at any point and in any form or fashion, but you're meant to manifest bigger for yourself and not ever come from a broken place. You're just not meant to. You're the sun. And that's what Spirit's trying to throw at you, is that you have to be open to accepting the best. And if it's been wrenched away from you, or someone does something foul or crazy to you, then that wasn't the best. So they were meant, they did it. They probably may even say, I see someone coming to you going, I don't know why. And you're just like, why did you do it? I really can't even tell you why I acted that way. And it's because Spirit's like, they're not the best. That wasn't the best. Maybe maybe not ever this person is not the best, or maybe at that time they were not meant to be. The time frame that you spent away was meant to happen so that you can build something bigger or be on divine timeline. Discovery is the Six of Pentacles and the Magician. A lot of you, your intention is to understand why you got certain treatment based off of what you did and gave, what I said and gave, and how I acted towards you. Why the heck did you give me back this? Some of you may be holding on to it, and Spirit is wanting you to release it, because I'm seeing someone holding on to it. I don't blame you, because what I'm seeing here, you may have felt like someone was trying to trap you over time, acting as if they were one way and they weren't. That would cause a Leo to ruminate. That would cause anyone to ruminate. I'm not even gonna lie. Forget the signs. I see someone being very cautious at this point, fearing that they're going to be reckless. I see some nerves here. I do see nerves, but I also see that you're super creative, which means you're very intelligent. But I'm also seeing justice being involved in all of this, which tells me that woe be unto anyone who has done whatever they have done towards you, because now justice is coming to weigh out their heart. And that is going to cause them to want to release whatever they're feeling and ask for forgiveness, or to reconcile with you. But they were meant to do this so they could shed something in them. Same with you. Something was meant to be shed. Year of the Rat may be significant in that. A Grand Cross, if you have that configuration in your chart, that is a provocation or a trigger point Spirit has like built into your life. You will find that these trigger points come into your life to pivot you onto divine time, like it's like a divine detour. And they hurt though. I don't see it being something that's like, oh, wrong way. I'm seeing something like, pow, wrong way. And you're like, you could have just put the sign up. You didn't have to smack me. Spirit, dang it. You know? Sometimes I feel that way. I be asking, I'm like, why? Why did I have to go through that? But then I realize who I am, and I'm like, yeah, actually, I would never have given up because I'm like a dog with a bone with things sometimes, or people. I keep trying and trying until they give me 5,000 reasons to stop. I am that meme. I was that meme. I don't know if you ever seen this meme. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. This lady was sitting there with her eyes slit, like you're trying to figure out a really serious mathematical formula or whatever. She's staring off into space, and it said, "I know you gave me 5 billboards, 6 angel numbers, and lyrics to a song 10 times, and all the other signs that you gave, right? But can you give me one more, like one more?" I was like, is that not me or what, man? That was hilarious, man. Travel with the Eight of Cups and High Priestess tells me that something happens here that shows you the deeper meaning to being abandoned. Some of you, the trigger point could be abandonment, right? After putting all this energy and time and patience into things, this person gets you all hooked and then they bail, either emotionally, physically, mentally, or just like spiritually. You just feel like, I don't even feel their spirit connected to mine anymore. That is something spirit wants you to remember, or to not to bring up, to remember it and keep it and continue to ruminate on it. But there's something here about, over time, you realizing that you were meant to go further or deeper into something rather than to focus on the abandonment of a person. Like that was meant for you to, for that was meant to happen so that you could look in those cups and go, yeah, I need more than this. You would have been perfectly satisfied with them cups if they didn't hurt you. You weren't meant to do that. There's only so much water that can go in these cups. Look at all the water in the background. There's only so much water that can go in here. You would have been happy and sitting there drinking out of cups when you could have had the entire expanse of a body of water behind you. And they're like, you were meant to kind of look into that first. Someone was supposed to abandon you in front of them so you could realize that's not enough. Intuition and manifestation with the Chariot and the Fool. This is about your future, seeing your future. I see that you deserve to see your future in a way where you realize you are headed in a direction towards something new, something more exciting, something that piques your interest, that inspires you, that ignites passion. I'm seeing angel number 0606. It's very important to apply honesty lightly daily. That's the fast track to creating peace and to have a more meaningful life. You know how, well, if you've ever been around a person who's honest but heavy with it, like, the type that gets angry over spilled things, the type that gets angry over small things, like they spilled it and there's only so much left, and you're just like, why? It's not like this the last thing in the world, like the last gallon of milk. You can always go back to the store. You can always get more. This won't be your last gallon of milk. I mean, unless it's your day, to go. But it's so much different to just be like, oops, well, that's one way to empty that cup. Let's wipe that up. And so there's a difference. I don't feel like you need any explanation, because Leo, I've noticed most Leos that I know are more like, well, you kind of annoyed a little bit, but the most Leos I've ever met is like, well, it happens. We'll try to figure out it. Let's see if we can count change, see if we can get another gallon. I mean, that's all we can do. And then come up with ways to find it for free. I feel that you find solutions and comfort by being very honest, but light about your honesty, or light with it, right? Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but hey, you can't be happy all the time, or everything can't please you all the time. There's something about understanding that, or saying it that way, that changes the lives of you and everyone around you. And they want you to speak your truth regularly throughout the day so that it will release worries, right? Express your emotions, open up, because I think that when you are in this energy, the best comes towards you, the very best, right? You've got to adopt a lighter, more honest demeanor, I guess is the best way to say it. And cyan, that color, is one that helps one or vibrates on that universal synchronistic kind of thing, the frequency, the radio waves of building someone's confidence. You build it precept by precept, moment by moment. And most confident people, most real, true confident people are so secure they don't let any like small things like take them out of character at all. A real confident person is like, hey, things happen for a reason, you know? Hey, let's just wipe this up. Let's have fun doing it. How about we both wipe it up together, or whatever the case is. If it's a child, you know, like here, you want to wipe the table? It's awesome. You're doing a great job. And then life just changes, right? Happy days. And so there's something here about that for you. And I feel Archangel Michael standing behind you, pushing you to go for something, because the power that Michael brings is one that amplifies whatever it is you're doing. Archangel Michael is a protector. So whatever you're doing, he's knocking people out the way. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you have power. Why? Because he's knocking people over. He's like pushing everything over, getting the road ready for you to go by, type of thing. And it's all in divine timing. You'll just know. And there's a point where you may come to a sudden realization that things were meant to happen the way they were. The pain you faced, all meant to happen. The abandonment, everything, that so that you could see that you are your greatest gift, not them. Because that's how we're big on love, you know what I mean? We have this partner, we're like, you are the best thing to ever happen to me. You know, just loving somebody and being needed by them a lot of times is a boost to our energy, so strong we feel like we can accomplish anything. Because if you love if you love them, you are going hard, you know what I mean? Sorry about that. The seasons are changing so rapidly here. We're on the southeast corner of the United States, man. And like 2 days ago, it was hot, and then out of nowhere, it's windy and cold. And this morning, I had to get up really early, and everyone around me had a cold. I was like, no, no. I already got my oregano oil on my feet, okay, and it's helping. But man, every so often, I'm fighting my throat chakra would be coming up, because but either way, you'll start to realize, man, that you are the best thing that ever happened to you. Though we like to give credit to everything around us, everyone around us. So and so inspired me to do this. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be inspired to do XYZ. And instead not realizing that if you can have it once, you could have it again. And if you had it one way, you could have it even better, you know, because it's you. It's all you. Year of the rat may be significant in the sense that some of you are or may be very cautious, but realize that to dispel any fears, creativity, and intelligence, and a sense of fairness, kindness, but honesty dispels any of that mess. So, year of the rat would be a year that something significant could have happened that kind of changed everything. Probably the source of the grief and pain could have occurred then. Um, could represent the year you were born or someone significant to you was born. And that would be 2020, 2008, 1996, 84, 72, 60, 48, 36, and 24. Geez, these years are actually quite resonant with me, is resonating with me completely. Ooh, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, a Pisces, an Aries, or Gemini. I'm also seeing Virgo, uh, let's see, Capricorn and Taurus. So you could be a Cancer Leo cusp or a Leo Virgo cusp dealing with an Aries Taurus cusp, Taurus Gemini cusp, or Pisces Aries. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.